Hey, welcome to SAB Chronicles, aka the COVID Chronicles. We're going to dive deep into the teachings of a few of our CEO Action Pod groups spanning from 2020 all the way to 2024. This series takes us through the fire of COVID to post COVID, and now who really gives a care about COVID? If you listen to this series, you're going to gain inside knowledge of strategies of the past and strategies of the future. Hold on to your seats as you're about to get a PhD in business. Buckle up and let's get rolling. Hey, are you looking to scale your business from five figures to six figures or six figures to seven figures? If you are, I have the perfect thing for you. What I want you to do today is I want you to go download a book. This book is going to take you through my 3-pillar system. It's 100% free. All you have to do is go to growfast.cash. I say again, go to growfast.cash and you're going to be able to download my free international best-selling book, which is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. You can take that book. It's going to help you scale your business to the next level. Again, go download it. Be good, be brief, be gone. Growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. Enjoy.
Ivan, you're up.
So mine is pretty simple. The coaching aspect of my business, although I'm really good at sales, which is what I've been doing for 20 plus years, my passion is coaching. And I have a knack for doing what I call blind spot coaching, is helping people identify blind spots that they can't see because they're too close to whatever it is that they're doing. I've got tons of testimonials, both written and video. And because it's my passion, I really want to start focusing more on that. I'm just not sure how to even go about doing that, considering I put so much effort and focus on the sales side of it.
Yeah, you're modeling almost like Matt is, right? Because Matt's got this business and then he's got this passion to coach too. So he's got 212, and it's like, so how do you take all your effort, right, that you're doing here, but then reserve some time to do some passion things too, right? You know the answer? Staff. But then you got to get to that point, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to get to that point. So where you're able to hand all these shit sandwiches off all the time, right? To other people. And then that frees up time for you now to focus on something else, right? And that is never something that happens very quickly. Can, but already said to fire yourself.
Artie, trust me, you do not want me firing me.
No, not yet. Wait till I get ramped up first.
There's a bunch of people here that will hurt you if I fire myself. I know Virgil will hurt you.
I think there's a language barrier. I know you're surrounded by hobbits right now. When he says staff, he doesn't mean a wizard's wand.
Yeah, right. True. Well, if you have one if you actually had one, that would be fine if it worked.
Yeah, and I'm planning on doing that. And right now, and you know this, Jason, very intimately, a lot of the members of this group, I'm getting them up and running. So sure. I really got to get you guys positioned where you're getting lead flow, so I have enough staffing to take care of that. I've already got key leaders that will be handling each account so that I'm not responsible for every single account. But I need to make sure that you guys have those leads coming in, and I know at least at what level we're going to start with, and then what is the intended purpose for scaling, so that I have enough salespeople to handle that. So that's a very, very high priority, not just for me, but also for you guys, so that you have the best chance of success. All that makes sense?
Yeah. And
but coaching it's not just a passion, it's a gift.
Sure. course it is.
But thanks.
Hey, Ivan, where do I sign up for your coaching? How do I get started with what you teach? You know, I want to see your testimonials. I want to see your past customers.
Okay.
You know, those things. You're a nice guy. You know, I love you, but I don't know if I could trust you. I mean, I trust you now, but for somebody that never met you, they want to see what you've done and what, who you served, right? And be able to see, somewhere online that.
Yeah. I'm planning on using a company called V3 to get my website kind of all together.
Okay.
When that timing is right now, everything is social media. It's really on Facebook.
Okay.
That's where I have my biggest influence. And because that's the community that I've been serving for so long, they know me very, very personally. And that's where I've gotten almost all of my coaching students. And because my coaching students are within that community, they also like to toot my horn, so to speak.
Okay.
But I get you. I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
And in all seriousness, we will be speaking about that.
Okay. Yes. I have an idea for you.
Okay.
For Facebook.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk. We'll talk offline then.
Okay.
Thanks, Virgil.
Anybody else? All right. Will, you are the last of the Mohicans.
Wait. Don't forget me. Don't forget me.
Virgil.
And Virgil. God, why do I keep forgetting you, Virgil? Good Lord. Well, anyway, go ahead, Virgil. You go first. Jeez,
Okay.
for goodness sakes. I need a beer. That's what it is.
I'll buy a beer. I'll send you the money through PayPal. A virtual beer.
There you go.
Oh man, where should I start? I have lots of problems, but right now, I think with like solidifying my process on my business and be able to write it down and to kind of like train my staff how to do it, so I like to train people, and I guess sometimes I forget to hit the record button and I end up training them over and over this, the same process over and over again. So I think, and I procrastinate like everyone. And I always want to I always tell myself, I need to put together a course on what I teach because, I've hired several virtual assistants throughout the years and it's the same process over and over, so I need to put together a training course, so I need to find time basically for what I do. And of course, the last but not least, and Ivan is helping me fulfill that part, is the sales. So we can take our customers from start to finish, except the sales part. So that's my problem right there, guys. Yeah.
A really good solution for what you're talking about is, the processes, they're all up here, right? So they're up here, but what you're doing is you're teaching it every time. Record it. Record everything. So, through that process, record it. And in the future, whenever that time looks right for you and your business, then you start to document the company, right? And make sure you have everything captured. But right now, you onboard a new employee, right? For a job, and you've already hired 4 people. And every time you got to get on with them for 2 hours. And wouldn't it be a lot easier if you just record it once and then say, here, watch this video. If you have questions, okay, we'll go through questions. Terry's doing this really heavy right now. He's like knee deep in that right now. And so is Artie. knee deep in those processes right now. So, and then when the time is right, you just bring somebody in to like put all of this into a nice nutshell for you. But just starting with as simple as, everything you do, hit record, man.
Absolutely.
It's like a webinar, right? You do a webinar one time, throw it on Webinar Jam, and then let it sell for the next 2 years on autopilot and make millions of dollars, right? And you did it once live, okay? Same process with staff process, unless something changes, right? So, yeah. Anybody else got any thoughts on that? All right.
You said it.
Yeah, is that helpful, Virgil?
Yes.
Good. Awesome. All right. Now, last but not least, Will. Go ahead.
Looking to grow your business beyond 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures plus? What I want you to do is go download this book. The title is called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. It will help you grow your business past 5, 6, and 7 figure. Go download the book today, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash, and download the book for absolutely free.
I'm not last of the Mohicans. I'm last of the Highlanders. It's Scottish. My heritage.
Scottish man.
Our big issue. We've actually, with many crowbar events, we've gotten over so many hurdles and things we've had to do up until now. We're developing a good team for the income of leads and people and businesses and charities. However, when the business leads come in, so that they go through our own process, and then they go onto a schedule, and they are set up to talk to a salesperson. It's an ordeal. We want to be able to, review information with them with this, on a merchant statement, which is a bit convoluted. We don't want to just, do an aggregate number on them. You want to be able to give them a certain amount of touch with it. There's several points, where you then have to be able to talk to them about their terminal or their point of sale system. And it is it's an ordeal. I work with the nonprofits all the time. They are so excited by the time I'm talking to them. When we're going through their process, their paperwork, they kind of fly through. But when you're generating leads in, and they're coming from Facebook and whatnot, they go through the process. They come in to ensure that that person has a statement in front of them. They cannot read it. To get them to give you the correct numbers and information on it, and then be able to walk through, it is a log jam hard of information, and it comes to a big problem right there. And I'd love to be able to find the magic bullet and the power through that allows us to skipjack so much of that and answer what it is and give them their stuff, there in just just a few moments. And that's it. When I find that process, I have a license to print money.
Totally. Yeah, I would be, if you're open to it, Will, that process sheet you did, post that in the group if you're open to doing that.
Of course.
And you all take a look at that hot mess. I mean, that is one intricate, that you almost just want to put a gun in your mouth and pull the trigger looking at that thing. I mean, it is just a monster, right? But maybe everybody just take a look at that, right? Because we've been through it now. Oh,
A lot.
I don't even know how many times
Right.
we've been through it to try to okay, is this really necessary, right? So, and now we've created this separate. So instead of taking a sales team and having them run through this whole thing, you just can't do it. I mean, it'd take too long to do it, right? And so now it's like the sales conversation happens, and then we pass that over to an applications team, right, to finish the process, because there's so many little variables. Okay, or do you use a point of system? Do you own your machines? Do you not own your machines? Do you on and on and on? I mean, it's head hurting just talking about it. But I would love the group to just take 5 minutes to look at that and just see what magic somebody else can come up with, right? And say, well, hey, did you ever think about this? And maybe somebody can have an aha moment with that.
Yeah, they're on the back end. If somebody finds the tunnel through that mountain of iron and granite, there's a reward on that back end. There's a.
I don't know if this will help, but I used to be a lender for the secondary mortgage market for Bank of America.
Mhm.
And so, those mortgage contracts, those are pretty, that whole mortgage process is pretty
Convoluted. Yeah.
And so what they would do is, just like you said, you have the sales team, which in their case, it'd be the banker. Then they had the processing team, right? And then they had the decisioning team. So they actually split the process into 3 teams so that each team they got good at the portion that they needed to get good at, and they got shifted on, and they didn't have to get bogged down with a bunch of extra details. I don't know if that applies to your process, but I imagine they spent millions of dollars honing that process.
There's a reason they did it, right?
There's a reason they did it that way. So I haven't seen your process sheet, but just to throw that out there, I don't know if that helps.
Take Excedrin before you look at it. Take a dose made for a horse.
That's been a staple dietary supplement since about March this year.
It's and it's in all fairness, it's that flow chart, and Jason knows it's not even done.
Yeah.
Because you can go on and expound and right now, as we've been focusing on, it's and Jason said this early on, you want to get to know as quickly as possible. We want to find all the no's as quickly as possible on that flow chart. And the faster in the conversation we could get to that, the better. But yeah, Robert, especially if you've seen anything remotely like that. I'm always crazy about, doesn't that lose the touch of it? Doesn't that, every time you're talking to somebody and you build any little bit of rapport, any little bit of, all right, and now I'm passing you down the line. And, but at the same time, but they did it that way for a reason, and it either, if it didn't work, they'd probably be doing something else. And a mortgage is a beast.
Yes.
And it's because of the loop. It's because of all the logistics and the legalities they've got to go through
and you have a built-in reason for why they would get handed off. So as long as you would, I'd imagine, because all they did was handle the expectations on the front end. Here's what our process looks like. Here's why it looks like that. Here's the time frame. Here's the expectancy. And well, honestly, in most cases, the bank blows the time frame out their backside. But that expectation on the front end, the client, the loan clients already know what the process is going to be, and that they're going to have multiple touch points from multiple people along the way.
That's really not a bad idea. That is really a good piece of meat to put into that conversation.
I think that that's very well said, Robert. Just the fact of pre-framing it up front. Like you've told me multiple times, Will, you have the group of math nerds in the back that have no personality, and they're the ones going to be crunching the numbers. You sure as heck don't want me doing it, that's for sure. So just pre-framing that process up front of, hey, we had a good conversation, and here's what's going to happen second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Just so, again, they know that up front, they're getting that straight from the horse's mouth, the person that they've built that rapport with, so they know exactly what's upcoming. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And do most of those come from your side or their side? Like, or is it mostly people that they don't qualify as a client, or is it people that I can't imagine too many people are saying, no, I'd rather pay the bank and I don't want you to save me any money.
Oh, well, yeah. No, you've always, as we say, if you're going in for a rate review, most of the stuff we talk about is boring as dog crap. I mean, unless you have this is going to spark the curiosity and the idea of somebody who's in a narrow segment, that is a business owner, and I take credit cards, and this is my pain. I know this problem. But people want to kind of pop in and pop out. Some of these guys want an 8-minute conversation, and I'm not sure how legitimate a lead that is in the first place. I think if if you're going to apply for a mortgage, that's a thing. But I think it's not only the breaking it up, but telling them ahead of time and saying, all right, this is the process. This is what you would be doing. And you kind of tell them, you're going to get an oil change. I'm your accountant. You don't want to talk to me about an oil change. So I'm going to do this. And then you're getting your oil change. And then, Sandra up there is going to take your receipt, and we're going to go from there.
What I mean is one of the things that Jason said is, or one of the things you had said is, you're trying to get to know as soon as possible within that. So are most of the no's, they don't qualify, or most of the no's are not interested? Which side do most of those?
Okay. All right. Sorry, I was answering a different question. There are always blocking factors. You can have a point of sale system, right? And that point of sale system, most point of sale systems will let you change your merchant account. Some will absolutely not let you change your merchant account. If you've got it from them, you have your merchant account from them, and that's it. By the way, if that's your situation, however little you paid for your point of sale, you're overpaying through the nose on your merchant account. They are leading you to slaughter.
So it sounds like one of the things is to load the front end with all of gathering all the data that are the most common culprits for coming to know later on in the process. See if you can front load that.
Absolutely.
Hey, we all want to scale our business. Hey, I have the answer for you today to help you do that. If you're looking to scale from 5, 6, even 7 figures and beyond, book called Be Good, Be Brief, Be Gone. I'm going to give it to you for free. All you have to do is type in growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. And you can download the book for absolutely free. I hope the book helps you this year. Take your business to the next level. Again, go grab the book, growfast.cash. I say again, growfast.cash. I wish you the best and grow, scale, and win. Thank you for tuning in to the SAB Chronicles, otherwise known as the COVID Chronicles. Hey, we hope you took a lot of great little golden nuggets from this episode. Follow us on social media. Follow us everywhere you can follow us for updates on all of our different series of podcasts, to include this one right here. We hope to see you back as soon as possible. And remember, you should always want to grow, scale, and win. We'll see you on the next episode.
There it is. baby! That's what I've been waiting for!
Dear God.